Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Can you hear it? No, not my computer fans that are bleeding through the mic. And no, not the background music that is for some reason copyright protected. But the drums of war. Minus 99 with Russia. So that means next month we're probably gonna see a war declaration. And this will probably succeed the invasion of Kiachao Bay. Let's see, my ships. What do we have here? Missouri, New Jersey. They're being repaired. It's gonna take a couple of months. That's okay. Let's see, repairs here. Alaska and Guam, 3 months. I was thinking maybe giving them a little refit. Let's see. When were they last refit my Iowas? 1940. However, I haven't really gotten any new... well, my technology has been maxed out, basically. What I'm getting now is no new components, just minor, tiny improvements. So a refit now wouldn't make that big of a difference to the ship. But I think maybe giving them super heavy shells to give them a little bit more punch. And maybe, just maybe, all these like tiny engine increases, like plus 1.5 horsepower per engine ton, will allow me to make them a little bit faster. Probably won't make a big difference though. But at least now that the naval invasions of Britain are done, they can actually spend some time in port. And, well, I can't get them out now because they're being repaired. So it would be a good time. If it hadn't been for the fact that we're gonna go to war with Russia. So maybe they're gonna be needed on the front line as soon as they are repaired. I guess we're gonna find out in April. War continues with Britain. That's alright. Russia goes to war. Let's do it. And we're now at war with Russia. Chinese admiral replaced. It seems most nations approve of me going to war with Russia, except for, well, Britain and China, but we're already at war, so let's sink some transports. 4 of them sank. And 4 of those sank. Navy Reform 21. We've gotten Kiachao Bay. Am I just gonna let this run its course? Guess I could. I don't think I have the tonnage to actually invade southern England. At least not available here. Most of my tonnage is tied up in Asia. Asia. Speaking of, Freedom and Liberty are now operational. They have been refit. They've got their new 17.5-inch guns. United States still undergoing refits. But this means we should be able to take on northeast China. Actually bring China to an end. Let's see. Naval invasion. 560. Yes. Liaodong Peninsula, not worth as much. Will Japan be successful in taking Northeast Korea? Perhaps. So, let's move these fleets around just a little bit. Now, where's the invasion gonna show up? Probably here, near Haichao. Or here. Haichao is a bigger port. So I'm just guessing that's it. Let's move our ships out to sea. I can move some in here just in case. So that no matter which it is, I should have some tonnage here to actually start the invasion. It's Iowa and Wisconsin. Let's add them into here. Yeah, and then we can just see which of them it is. Let's do the convoy first. It's a DD-46. That's my very fast DD design, 41 knots. More than fast enough to catch up with these two. So, let's go hunting. Alright, torpedo boat. Not really needed. It's too slow, too fragile. The DD will have to carry this. And I don't think she's gonna have much of a problem carrying this. The enemy DDs are already running away. That's okay. More than fast enough to catch up. Yeah, there they are. That was the transport. Yeah, I've got a 5-knot speed advantage. Which means I will be catching up. Let's go with AP to get more range. 13.8. We're almost there. As you can see, the range is dropping. It's kind of a strange looking little DD. Well, it's not little, it's quite big actually. With that huge main tower. That main tower is what's allowing me to spot the enemy DDs at this range. Oh, that and the radar, but a radar only modifies the basic, the base view range of the tower. see, 15 kilometers, 15 and a half. Yeah, they do have stern-facing torpedo launchers, but I don't think they've spotted my ship yet. Their main guns are only facing forwards. They actually do have longer main gun range than I do. There we go. First hits are being scored. They are flooding hits as well. Now I need to be on the lookout for torpedoes. Ooh, yeah, that was close. That was incredibly lucky. I just turned now because I realized that this red line would be concealing any torpedoes approaching. If I hadn't done that, I would have eaten that torpedo. Because that's happened before. That's another one. And that was it. Alright. Good job, me, not eating those torpedoes. Alright. And there's also a battle. New Haven class light cruiser. Australia class heavy cruiser. New Haven. Which ones are those? I actually do not remember. Let's see. I knew it has 6-inch guns. Oh, it's these. Alright. Yeah, it's basically a Cleveland. But like an actual Cleveland and not my 7-inch armed Super Clevelands. It's better armor than the Cleveland class I designed. Well, the class named Cleveland. It's got 5 inches instead of 4. Let's see, can we take on a heavy cruiser? Yeah, they're quite modern. Generation 3 radar. Stick with AP so I have the range. We get a little bit closer. Actually, no. We're not switching to HE because we are causing flooding. Let's see, what kind of torpedo range does the Australia class possess? Enough torpedo range to hit me. So we're gonna do a little turn. Just like that. And yeah, this heavy cruiser is about to sink. It's not firing. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's trying to run away. But it only has bow-mounted guns. Alright. Let's give chase. Now I can go to auto. Start slinging that HE. Naval. It had launched torpedoes, but that was probably thrown off by my maneuver. Very quick and efficient dispatch of a heavy cruiser by a light cruiser. Now with that done, let's see. 15%. I don't know. Is it going somewhere? What are my army logistics now? Got so many ships in. It's up to 84%. That's at 92. That's probably gonna be done in a month or two. I forget how many percent it goes up per month. What's the Russian army logistics at? 100. Right. Now, let's see, where is the invasion gonna pop up? And let's see if we're gonna get some battles with the Russians. I haven't moved my fleets out to engage them yet, but I got quite a few ships in port. Should be able to generate some missions. Do they have anything in the Black Sea? A battleship in Poti. What about the Baltics? Battleship, 4 DDs, 7 torpedo boats. Nothing in Kronstadt. 4 lights, 2 DDs. Where is the bulk of their navy? The battleship up here. Cruiser. Light cruiser. They've got quite a few ships at sea. Torpedo boat. That's quite a task force. And of course those 2 DDs. Anything near my shore? It's a British light cruiser. Yeah, let's just go next and see what happens in May. Germany wants to be my ally, but that's more like a shakedown. And like, it's not that much money, but still, it's the principle. So no. Submarines. Sunk 2 of them, damaged 1. No damage taken. Let's see if the British submarines are any better. Light damage to Saratoga. Transports. Sank 2 of them. Oh, DD on DD. We got a DD-32 and a 37. The 37 class I would actually like to bring in for refits. The 32s were refit not that long ago, I say, but it's 1940. But again, they're like really not that much more that can be done with them. They're pretty much as fast as they can be with the hull they have. 37s could be a little bit faster though. So the 32 is faster by a little bit compared to the British DDs. Let's see how it goes. And of course, what I'm more excited for is to see if there are any battles against the Russians this turn. Let's see, let's turn your torpedoes off. As you can see, the 3207 is overtaking the 3701. It's got twice as many guns, but the single barrel guns of the 37 class reload time 2.3 seconds versus 2.8 seconds, so not really twice as much firepower, but close to it. I do think the enemy DDs are running though. So what I could do is just let the 37 take care of the convoy while 32 goes hunting the DDs. Again, it is faster, but only by 0.9 knots, so might not bother actually running them down, just because it's gonna take so long. Just be content with sinking a rather large British convoy. There we go. Do we give chase? Nah. It's gonna take forever. Not bad. France takes Chile. And that has angered me, France. 7 battleships, 1 DD. Alright. I'm guessing that's quite a bit of tonnage. Torpedo boat on torpedo boat. Yeah, here is the invasion. So it was there. So we're gonna have to move all of these ships into the circle. I'm trying to spread them out a little bit so they don't accidentally combine and create like huge, impossible to manage task forces. Guess that should work. It's gonna be quite a bit of tonnage. Let's actually, before we do the convoy mission and before the next turn, let's actually design a refit to the 37 class, because I've got quite a few of those in service. I think. Yeah. Most of them are at sea, but they're gonna rotate in, I guess. As task forces go in for repair and rearmament. Yeah, let's do a refit of those. Okay, so here's the DD-37 class. It's quite decent. The best thing about it is probably it's very low cost. Less than 90 million, which is like half of what the refit 32 class costs, or the 45s. But they are starting to lag behind a little bit on speed. So the refit 32s have a top speed of 38 knots. Well, let's see. What can be done here? I don't want to do too much because I want to keep the refit time rather low. Their weight has gone down by 500 tons. I can give them generation 3 radar. They got the best. They got the best stuff here. I want to make their guns a little bit longer. Actually, quite a bit longer. It's going to lower their rate of fire. But it will allow them to engage targets further out. Let's just max it out. 47 caliber. AP range 16.3. Plus 8 gun range. Yeah, that's decent. That is decent. Now, as for speed. .38 is possible. How about 39? 39 is possible. If 39 is possible, 40 is not possible. That just doubled the displacement. And 39, oh, works fine. Can I increase the bulkheads on them too? Yes. And the range. What more can be increased? It's a 2-month refit now. Still a 2-month refit. Still a 2-month refit. The cost has gone up by a little bit, but increasing the speed from 36 to 39 knots, that is quite nice. But can we do 39 and a half? We can. 39.6. 0.9? Yes, 39.9. So 40 knots is exactly the breaking point. But 39.9, no problem. Very nice. Well, this is a pretty good like hunter-killer kind of DD already. Let's save that design. And next, let's see if we can actually make a meaningful change to the Iowas. I keep telling myself I should clean up some of the older designs here to make the ship designer load a bit faster, but I keep not doing it. So, that's the Iowa as she currently stands, 83,000 tons. Let's hit refit and see what happens if it clears up some displacement. Not really. So we did not magically gain any displacement doing that. Let's see, flash fire chance is 0. If we do cordite N, it's 1.7. That's an 8-month refit, even not doing anything to the ship. Oh, 48.4 kilometer range. Cordite N. 49.8. And if we then go to super heavy shells, 47.1. That's still very good. Flashfire chance is now up to 13%. $11.1. Let's give it Generation 2 scout plane. Let's see what more can be done. Can we make it a little bit faster? 1 knot? No. Well, almost. We can reduce the range, because the range is like seriously impressive just as it is. Still an 8-month refit. I'm not convinced it's worth going through this. Let's go back down to tube powder. Let's see. Deck penetration at 30 kilometers, 7.3. Still 7.3. I think we're gonna go with tube powder. 1 knot speed increase. Heavier shells. So range now is 45.7 with AP. Reload time 45.2. At 30 kilometers, belt pen 16.8, deck pen 7.3. With the standard shells, it was 48.4, so quite a bit more range. Reload time 40.8. Belt penetration at 30 kilometers 15.4. Deck pen at 6.7. Damage AP 1912. Damage AP 2195. So we gain almost 300 damage with AP for the loss of 3 kilometer range and a 5-second reload penalty, but also better penetration both against belts and decks. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with the super heavy shells. Of course, 2 of the Iowas are engaged in a naval invasion in China, And the other two are being repaired, but I would like them operational to fight the Russians. So whether or not this this refit will actually be applied, well, that remains to be seen. Now let's see how many refits can be applied. That's one squadron of DDs. Gonna be a refit in 2 months. Missouri can be refit now. What about her sister? New Jersey. Repairing for 1 more month. It's 99% done. So we're gonna hold off on the actual refits. Let's do the convoy mission and then head to next month and see if we have any combat with the Russians. Maybe, maybe not. Most of my ships are in port. Alright. Torpedo boats. On torpedo boat. As usual, whoever gets the first hit will probably win. I think my torpedo boat is cheaper than the Chinese one, so they're likely to actually come and engage me. Yep, they are engaging. Loading AP for the slight increase in accuracy. There you go, enemy torpedo. So far no hits from either side. Not even aiming, there we go, aimed. Hits. Let's bring all my guns to bear. There we go. It sank. Very nice. Let's just kill the 3 transport ships. And job's a good one. Torpedo boat accuracy not really that good, as you can see. They are really just intended to follow my task force around and provide protection from submarines. But because the game doesn't really recognize that and throws them into battles like these, that's why they have guns and some kind of half-decent torpedo armament. And they do work for this too. It's just kind of a flip of the coin whether or not the enemy will get the first hit in or not. Alright. Let's see, June. Will there be a battle? Let's find out. Well, we have some meetings. France. Also trying a shakedown. No. Sure, Britain. I can hopefully get New Zealand as war operation. Lord Clyde class battlecruiser. 16! 17.3 inch guns. Top speed of 37 knots. Costing only 624 million. Yeah. That could be a scary, scary ship. Somehow it's half the price of a Lexington class battlecruiser, while being faster and having twice as many guns of bigger caliber. Now, where did they save money? My prediction is the armor. Now, I'm curious to see what this actually looks like. Already firing. Let's see. Well, it doesn't actually look bad. I mean, I would have picked a different rear tower, although that's not actually ugly. And put another funnel on it somewhere. But that's not bad. You got 10 quad 5.5 inch guns, 40 5.5 inch guns. What's your main gun range? 31.4. Turn you to broadside. You're kind of inside of the formation there. Torpedo boats. I may have need of your torpedoes. There we go, already scoring flooding hits. Let's see. No, do not switch targets. You are doing so well. Have you guys launched yet? No, because the enemy ship is heading out of range. Okay, just launch against that one. Lexington is doing the zigzagging. Which means I actually want to detach you. Just sail in a straight line, please. It's not that hard. You may now Take out the torpedo boat, Lexington. Saratoga, just keep firing at the battlecruiser. Yeah, my battlecruisers are firing HE at the enemy battlecruiser, and they are scoring penetrating hits, causing flooding. My cruisers are firing AP. That means they can penetrate with AP. So my battleships are not, battlecruisers are not firing HE because they cannot penetrate with their AP. They're firing HE because their HE can penetrate and do more damage, which means this is another paper boat made out of tinfoil and sadness. It doesn't even hit me that hard. For all its supposed amazing firepower, it doesn't really do that much damage. I wonder if I can identify it before it actually sinks. It's at 91% now. There we go, Lord Clyde identified. Just in time before it disappears. Mark IV 17s. Penetration is decent. Correct N, Amatol. You've got heavy shells, standard ammo, cap ballistic 2 AP, high capacity HE. Not bad choices. Oil 1 diesel. If it had been diesel 2, it might have more displacement left over for armor. Yeah, it's got a 7.6 inch main belt, which isn't completely terrible, but it's got no Citadel belt to back it up, and it's only got Citadel 3. Yeah. No wonder it's cheap. It's also, like some of those Chinese ships, got like a huge amount of secondary guns all over. And most of the secondary gunner crew have already died. So if it wasn't so close to actually just sinking, it would probably surrender before long. Yeah, many bulkheads. It's like almost good, but not really. Coincidence 5 rangefinder, that's a good choice. Radar 1, that's kind of unnecessary. I know the British have radar 3. Yeah, there it goes. It's flash fire. Just at the end. Oh, I missed it. I should have taken a screenshot. That would have been a thumbnail. But it wasn't. Oh, let's see. What's the next one? 8 torpedo boats. Yeah, not gonna waste time on that. I think I'm just gonna end the episode here. I was hoping we would actually get to fight the Russians this time, but I guess that will have to wait. Goodbye, and take care.